How can you become likable in seconds? Listen, it's no secret that people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And one of the secret ingredients of developing trust is to getting people to like you. And there's countless studies out there and different signals we can send from our body language, whether it's a chin raise, an open palm wave, that are friend signals that are sent. But they don't develop likability. And most salespeople are trying techniques like Ford, family, occupation, recreation, dreams, finding common ground, pointing out the sports flag, finding some area of assimilation. And many of us even fall victim to doing what I call the chameleon. I don't golf, for example, and if I showed up, I was like, oh, you golf? I golf too, look at my swing. And it was like my legs are wobbling and I'm shaking. I'm just trying to fit in and find that common ground. It's gimmicky and it's fake. And homeowners, they see right through it. But the technique that I'm going to teach you today, it can't be faked. In fact, the only people that can fake it are sociopaths. You'll see why as I lay it out there. And by using this little technique, you, my friend, will become likable in a matter of seconds. You're going to develop even better relationships with your customers. You're going to start closing even more deals, and you're going to get even more referrals. And as a little bonus on top, you're going to collect even more thank you notes. And that, my friend, is when a homeowner pays you and says, thank you so much for helping me through this process. It's the best compliment in the entire world, followed closely by an invitation to dinner after you help them through the project. So let's get to it. Hey, welcome or welcome back. Adam Bensman here, the Roof Strategist, and everything that I do here on my channel is designed to help you and your team smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. Now, I have a favor to ask. I haven't asked a favor of my audience ever, and I'm starting now because I'm hoping that by the time you've invested your time with me, I've helped make you money, trained you, trained your team, and been an inspiration in your career here in roofing sales. And I found that about 64.5% of people that are watching my videos are not even subscribed yet. And it would mean the absolute world to me if you could just take a minute right now. It costs you absolutely nothing to just click that subscribe button and the little bell notification so you get notified when I release new content. And I am doing my very best to continually improve in every single video that I make so you can make more money. So thank you again. It means the world to me. All right, now let's get started. How to be likable in seconds. First, I want to bring you on a journey. So do me a favor, close your eyes. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. The reason that we're closing our eyes for this exercise is to bring you into an experience so you can understand this phenomenon for yourself. Now, I want to bring you back to middle school. Middle school is when hormones were raging, and for the very first time, you had someone, they tapped you on the shoulder and they went, hey, I just found out they have a crush on you. I want you to settle into that moment for a second. How good it felt. That feeling when for the first time you're like, I'm likable. Someone likes me. And now, whether that person was attractive, whether it went anywhere or not, open your eyes. Did you like them back a little bit more? Yes or no? My guess is you're sitting there nodding your head saying, I did. I did like them back more. Now, what's the lesson in here? The lesson is that people like people who, you filled in the blank, didn't you? People like people who like them. People like people who like them. When you learn to not only like your customer, but love them, the game changes. That's when any compliment or any question that you ask them, it lands with sincerity. I love the people that I serve, all walks of life. People that just got out of prison and are rebuilding their lives. People that just graduated high school and don't want to go to college and find their way in door-to-door sales. People that came from construction and labor jobs and finally wanted to make a real living for themselves. The installer that fell into selling and said, I'm not breaking my back anymore, let's make some serious money. The person who was working as a massage therapist like I was, or a cubicle worker, and not feeling like they were earning what they were able to, and they were living a dead-end job, that would take them nowhere, and they said, I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to bet on myself, I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to make a life for myself serving others. Those are the people, you are who I love. And when I learned to love my customers, the game changed, and in roofing it was no different. Because I'll tell you, I used to be a judgmental person. I was, and I'm not proud to admit this. I share that in my book, by the way, and if you haven't grabbed a copy, get it now. The Roofing Sales Survival Guide. Beat the odds, overcome yourself, and win big. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and Audible. You'll hear my whole story and in greater detail about the emotional and mental battlefield that is likely just like your story. Now, I used to judge folks. I remember walking into this one house. I'll never forget it. Like the door opened and poof, oh my God, oh gosh, I got to go in this house. I can't do this. I can't do it. And I was like, I can't get in there. There's no way I'm going to survive in this house. I had to go in the house, and the living conditions in this home were unfathomable. There were tapestries hung from the ceiling and everything was turned into a little mini bedroom. There was very obviously some severe mental illness in this home. And I'm sitting here like a judgmental goober being like, who could live like this? And I know looking back, I'm ashamed of myself because that feeling, who could live like this? That was broadcasted. And I realized that when the homeowner made a comment saying, oh, I'm sorry about the smell, we haven't taken the trash out, or we didn't scoop the litter box. It's not because they didn't, it's because they're embarrassed. It's because that homeowner who is experiencing vulnerability to be like, I had to let someone else into my home and they're seeing how I live and it feels vulnerable, it feels raw, and I just want to make up a reason and excuse because I know it, but I don't want them to think that I live like this. And I used to think to myself like, honey, it's not the trash. You could incinerate this house, it's still going to smell. And then I realized that judgment brought me no good. I realized that when I loved my customer, if I loved them as a person, as a human being, I said, listen, I don't care where you're from, what your beliefs are, what income you make, what car you drive. What I care about is that you are a homeowner who's dealing with the most expensive maintenance item on your home. Largely, in part, for most folks, the most expensive problem that they're going to have on their home. And I get to show up, I get to make it easy. And I know in my heart of hearts that I'm the best person to win the business. I know that my company is the best one to do the installation. And I know that we are going to stand behind this job at all costs. And it is my job to rescue this homeowner from the sea of slimeball roofers who don't share the same moral compass that I do. And when I made that shift and I brought my heart and my passion to the people I serve, the connections that I formed were instantaneous. And the reason they were is because if I complimented the car in the driveway or the garden or the vegetable garden, any of the common things that I know about, it landed. But there's times that you don't find common ground. And what about then? Here's what you do, my friend. You express genuine curiosity. You express genuine curiosity because people like to talk about nothing more than themselves. And if you see the garden in the backyard and it is gorgeous, it's clearly important to them. And if you just say, that's a gorgeous garden, what are you growing back there? And then the homeowner starts talking about these rare shrubs and rare bushes and these beautiful flowers and the bees. All we do is keep asking questions. And when we express this out of genuine curiosity, because we like people, the people we get to serve, you will find common ground where there is none. And if you want to test this for yourself, the very next time you're on an airplane, turn to the person next to you and ask them a question. What do you do for a living? What's your biggest hobby? What do you and your boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whatever, do in your free time? Hey, you know what? Like on your ideal vacations, where do you guys like to go? And when you express this genuine curiosity and you continually ask follow-ups, you will find that some people will talk your ear off for a 2-hour flight and then at the end have a beaming smile and say, it was so nice talking with you. And the funny thing is you didn't even do any talking. They talked the whole time. But to them, they feel like best friends because you liked them and they got to talk about themselves. So my friends, the secret to likability is to love your customers and they will like you back. People like people who like them. And to find common ground where there is none, express genuine curiosity. This lesson not only applies to roofing sales, it applies to all service sales, and it applies to life in general. And I hope that it helps you find more meaning in your work and help you smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. Hey, thanks for joining me in today's video. Just because our time here is about to wrap up does not mean your and my time has to. So if you haven't yet done it, jump into my free training center. I have a playlist in there on psychology in sales, and I think that you're going to absolutely love it. So hop in there right now. There's no catch, and you'll find even more exclusive content that's not here on YouTube. And if you want to hang with me here on YouTube, I think you're really going to love this playlist. Hop into that one next, and I'll see you soon.